guys mind if I do a J?
Wait, say that again. You kind of cut out.
I said, you guys mind if I do a J? I lit it, and now I'm smoking it.
Oh, just like the dude.
Oh, just like
Oh,
the dude. Fucking
Just
A,
like the
bro.
dude. Fucking A, man.
yeah. Smoking weed is cool, but I think eating weed is a little more mature, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, what would you know, you bum?
You square.
God. So, yeah, we watched The Big Lebowski, a
Not a crack
Cohen
house
brother,
movie.
a definite non-crack house movie.
Made by
Um,
real auteurs.
yeah, real autists, and it's really good. I mean, what else am I gonna say? It's fucking good. It's a really surreal, strange kind of period piece of the '90s,
Yeah,
and it's
an early
What?
90s period piece made in the late 90s.
yeah, which sounds kind of weird because that's like being in 2018 and making a movie about 2012.
I think it's because, they have references to the Gulf War and, the politics of the time. And, we were not really in as much conflicts in the late 90s to like relate it to. So,
Yeah, like the Cold War just ended. The ideologies that were kind of around just kind of stopped being a thing, and
the
then
president
everything
smokes
kind of,
weed.
yeah, the president smokes weed. So it's a brave new world, the '90s.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how old Jeff Bridges is in this movie, but he looks like at least he's 40. Like he's at least 40
Yeah, he's supposed to be middle aged.
Well, according to IMDb, Jeff Bridges was 48.
when he made this movie, or when he was in
Yeah,
the movie.
Yeah.
Damn, he's old
Oh,
as
yeah.
hell.
Yeah. He was a hot star in like the 80s and the 70s. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Damn.
it, Jeff Bridges was like the protagonist of the '70s King Kong movie, where he's standing on the Twin Towers.
Hmm.
That King Kong movie.
Huh.
Yeah. Much more serious roles. Like in that one, he's like a pretentious activist. In this one,
Um,
he's a non-pretentious former activist.
Yeah, it's kind of his character in this movie is kind of interesting because it's like how do you think he actually makes money as an unemployed guy living in Los Angeles?
Maybe he gets some kind of check, just like through like random hustles here and there. Like sometimes
I
they
don't
fall
know.
into his lap. Like in this movie, he's now got like these rich people paying him all this money to just be a courier, and do these tasks for him and figure out where this like where Tara Reid is.
If you think about it, this movie really is kind of just like Fallout New Vegas.
oh, here
it,
we
it, remi-
go.
it reminded me of I think Grand Theft Auto 5 definitely took a lot of inspiration from this movie for its story. And when he's flying over LA in that dream sequence, like the mission where you're Michael and you're flying over Los Santos.
Yeah, I remember that. When I saw that, I was like, oh, this is just like GTA 5.
Oh yeah.
I did not care for the dream sequences in this movie. I was like, just stop. Just take me back to the bowling alley. That's my favorite part of the movie. Like, go
It's a
back to the bowling
it
alley. Go back.
it's an important part of the whole noir parody thing that they're going for, because they always had weird dream sequences when they get knocked out or drugged. Every bit from this
Hmm.
movie is lifted from like a classic noir film.
I mean,
It's like a classic noir film. If the main character, this like detective guy, was just like some bum, and I like
Hmm.
how they actually have like a 1950s style like private eye that just shows up like at the end of the movie. Who's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, here's what I'm really doing. I'm trying to get back this girl to her family.
Oh yeah, it was like, God. This is like a pretty hilarious movie, and it's all in like subtle details. He's like, "Here's this photo. We think it's gonna make her homesick," and it's just like where the Courage the Cowardly Dog lives. Just out in the middle of
Yeah,
nowhere. Yeah, she really
like
misses this.
the most desolate farm you've ever seen in like Nebraska.
yeah. This movie has Tara Reid playing Bunny Lebowski, the young wife of the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, the femme
Yeah,
fatale.
this was Tara Reid before she was in that other movie, American Pie. If you guys remember that.
Or Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
He fucked the pie. That's all I'm
It's,
gonna say. He fucked the
oh
pie.
wait. Or wait. What? He did what?
He fucked the pie.
In the Big
Do you think
Lebowski?
No.
which Big Lebowski character do you think would fuck a pie?
Probably Donnie.
Really?
Yeah.
No, man. Look, man. This ain't American Pie. You know, there's
Did
rules here.
Jesus?
Oh yeah, the Jesus. The Jesus.
Do you guys know about the Did Jesus solo movie?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I was the only one in theaters when I saw that, and I stood up and clapped.
Yeah, I stood up and clapped my ass cheeks for the Jesus.
They actually retcon Jesus to make him an anti-hero because in the Big Lebowski, it's like it's hinted that he's a pedo, whereas
It's not
in
hinted. He says
It's
outright that he has a record.
explicitly
Yeah, like he had to
yeah.
go door to door
well,
when he moved to Hollywood to tell everybody that he's a registered sex offender, which is true. Like
well,
that's something that they have to do. They have to let everybody know
Well,
I'm a sex offender. I showed my dick to an 8-year-old.
well, slow your roll, Mads, because guess what? In the Jesus movie, it's retcon that he wasn't actually a pedophile, and it was just a misunderstanding.
Well, what if these are from different continuities?
Shit. What? No, it's the same continuity. Like, are you tripping?
Yes,
Whoa. Just
I'm
like the
having an
Big
acid
Lebowski.
flashback from the '60s.
Man,
I was tripping on it. I was tripping on a whole bag of shrooms and a half a tab of acid when I wrote the Port Heron statement.
man, I tell you what, it would be really awesome if I could get some like freaky like billionaire's daughter nude art woman who wears a cloak everywhere to trick me into having sex with her so she could conceive a child that I'll never see. That'd be epic.
I read that I read that she was inspired by Yoko Ono.
Weird. I mean, it makes sense, but weird.
Yeah, yeah. And the dude, one of his inspirations is one of the Seattle 7. And he says like that he is like he used to be a part of the Seattle 7 in the movie.
well,
Hmm.
wasn't Walter kind of based off of the director John Milius?
I haven't read about that, but I
I have
can
no
You know,
clue.
go on my
yeah,
interwebs and see if that's true, cross-reference it.
wow, someone didn't do their IMDb research when joining this episode.
I
You
did.
know,
I did my Wikipedia research and I watched like one video about it.
You know, when
uh,
I saw The Big Lebowski in theaters and the character Walter said Branded had 100 episodes, I fucking freaked out because Branded actually only had 49 episodes. It, it was a real TV show from the 60s, just in case you guys don't know.
I know, yeah. I didn't know it was actually like a short one.
Yeah, and I'm just like, so maybe like I don't know why the writers of this movie would imply that the show lasted more than 49 episodes.
Well, what's I forget the name of the writer dad of the kid who stole the dude's car, but like he's not like a real like man, right? He's not like a real like named writer on the show. So this exists in a universe where they had an extra writer, and that extra writer provided that extra 50 episodes. I mean, Walter said it himself, he wrote the bulk of the series. That's the
and
missing bulk.
he also had polio.
Yeah.
Mads, everything you said has just made total sense to me. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome.
You know, something that I really really enjoyed about this movie is that pretty much off the rip, the very first like assumption that was made by the dude, which was like that she kidnapped herself, wasn't very far from the truth. And they
Yeah.
just kind of like get fucked around and kind of tied into circles and everything. Even though that very first assumption was pretty much on the money. Um,
Yeah.
even though she didn't really kidnap herself, she just
Took
took
off.
herself. Yeah, she just took off somewhere
Yeah,
and then
didn't
came
tell
back.
anybody. Yeah. Just left on a
Yeah,
whim. She's a free spirit.
and the whole time her husband, the fat guy in the wheelchair, was
Dick
not even
Cheney.
a yeah, Dick Cheney. He wasn't even a real he wasn't even a real rich guy. He was a fake rich guy.
Yeah.
The real rich person was the art bitch who
Yeah.
But that's still his daughter, though. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
She
they
said like
control
that her
a
mother was,
foundation.
yeah, she said like her like late mother was like the one who like really like took charge of everything. I guess like the
Yeah,
sort of like Eleanor Roosevelt or something, you know.
and the daughter can actually controls it. It's like implied that she controls like the actual business side of things,
Yeah,
and
and
the father just
little
controls the charities because he fucked up too much. So he's like a fake rich guy who pretends to be this like, wealthy plutocrat business magnate when
mhm,
really he's just like this sad old man that like can't get
isn't,
anything right.
yeah, he's just lying to himself.
You know
Hmm.
who that reminds me of?
Who?
The Cheeto in chief.
Wow. Topical.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's kind of true though. I mean, he's like a fake
no,
rich
it's
guy.
actually not true. Donald Trump's pretty fucking rich.
He's kind of a fake rich guy. I mean, he doesn't really have any money anymore.
No, you know
I mean,
he'll you know
why do you think he went to fucking sneaker con to sell shoes?
because he loves selling shoes, dude.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he loves going to a crowd full of Zoomers who are there to buy Kanye's newest shit slippers so he can go hawk some fucking bullshit ass American flag golden trim shoes that are made in a fucking factory in like Idaho.
Well, he
I
knows his audience. That he knows like people are just here for a meme shoe, and here's a meme shoe.
Yeah, and how well did that go for him? He probably made like nothing off of those. They were like what, like fucking $1,000 per pair or some shit. It was dumb.
look, man, Donald
Ugh.
Trump will be fine. He'll be president later this year. Everything will be cool.
I feel like more people would rather have Biden again than have Trump again because I mean Trump got voted out solely because people didn't want Trump again because of all the chaos and bullshit. And I'd say the past 4 years under Biden has been pretty kind of a nothing burger. There's like
Yeah,
some good things, some bad things, but it wasn't like a whirlwind of chaos every week like it was under Trump.
yeah. Now, like Trump is running. Like his campaign promise is like, I'm going to uproot democracy this time. I'm going to overturn the Constitution. Fuck the Constitution. The Constitution's gay and woke. We're gonna do without it, and I'm gonna be king.
He's got my vote.
Yeah,
And plus, I feel like
I
his entire
abide.
voter base, like I feel like his whole voter base is just like dying old people that are getting thinner and thinner. There's statistically more Gen Z and millennial voters now than there are boomers. In fact, there's more Gen Z voters alone than there are boomer voters.
Well,
Uh,
Trump has sneakers for the Zoomers, so I think it's all gonna square out for him.
I'm not too sure. Call me a woke libtard pansy, but I think his time is done.
Well, the sad thing about Trump is like, he's out here like doing all this shit. I don't think he wants to be doing this shit anymore. I think Trump, honestly, the only place he wants to be is like in the intro of Clarissa Explains It All, just kind of dancing. Like
And what
he
do you think he's being puppeted by his aides for their agenda?
absolutely,
Like
or
here's a
maybe I don't know.
charismatic, senile old man, that we
Look,
can relate.
I think he's doing it solely for money. Like he's probably gonna take like all of his campaign funds and turn it into a big tax write off somehow.
I feel like I feel like his sole motivation just for this reelection is because of the indictments, really. Without that, he probably wouldn't even bother running for reelection.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the if Trump loses, the Republican Party is probably gonna implode because they've got nothing, dude. Like, did you? I don't know if you guys saw the State of the Union address, but like There was a dude wearing like a sex party like American flag tie with a t-shirt with like Donald Trump's mugshot on it, and there was like Marjorie Taylor Greene wearing a big fucking stupid Trump hat. And it's just like, what are these people even fucking doing anymore? Like, what are you fighting for? What's your purpose? You
The
know what?
grift. The grift for the grift's sake.
I guess so.
Fucking A,
Oh yeah.
man.
Fucking A, man. Just a bunch of fucking fascists, man.
All right. So I guess on our checklist of things we do in a podcast, we got the complaining about Republicans. Check that off. Now we could go back to the movie.
Hey, you brought that up, man.
Yeah,
That's just like
yeah.
your opinion, man.
At least I have a cohesive ideology.
Yeah, what's your cohesive ideology?
Um, that the White Russian sounds like a disgusting fucking drink.
I tried one for this podcast. It's really fucking delicious. It's a great pussy drink, which is why he drinks it, because like in the detective noirs, they always drink like whiskey straight, but here this guy drinking this like frilly little like drink that's probably too hard for you, Synth.
Well, I just don't really like alcohol in general.
Yeah, I'm not
You
exactly a
drink
big
those
fan of the
those
alcohol as
like
well.
spiked Capri Suns at least. Like that's the only
Well,
thing that like Gen Z seems to be able to tolerate is just those like spiked fruit juices called
well, listen.
seltzers.
I'm okay with malt liquor, but I gotta say, alcohol in general is just fucking cancer juice. I mean, it. I've seen people that get so like hooked on alcohol, they like get shakes when they don't drink enough. That
Yeah.
shit's nuts.
Yeah, that's always pretty terrible. I
I
do
kind
not
of,
abide by that.
yeah, I don't abide by that, man.
Well, it's just like one of the easiest drugs to just like get addicted to because like I mean,
It's
I don't
so
know about
available.
you where you guys like live, but like where I live there's liquor stores everywhere.
Dude,
Everywhere.
they turned my local GameStop into a fucking liquor store.
Yeah. I there's
That's how bad it is right now.
the biggest liquor
Did you
store
fucking
near
abide it?
me. The biggest liquor store near me used to be a Hollywood Videos.
That GameStop, I remember when it was open for the first time in 2011. I walked in there and I was fucking amazed because I had never been to a proper video game store. Now, like 10 years later, they close it down and it turns into a fucking liquor store. And it's not even a proper liquor store. It's the liquor department of the Kroger next to it that they moved out of the store so they could make more room for other liquor.
Well, listen, man, you're not a kid anymore. You're not going to be amazed by like Mario Funko Pops. You're there to, you're a grown ass man. It's time to get drunk. It's time
Yeah.
to fucking get sad, get drunk, beat your wife, and drink and drive, bitch.
Go buy some Kahlua, some cheap vodka, and some half and half, and make yourself some fucking White Russians. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, I could go for some half and half and heavy cream right about now just so I can fall asleep.
I
Yeah,
could go.
I'm that kind of guy. I'm like the fucking police chief from The Simpsons in that one
Well,
episode. That was a Twin Peaks reference.
You don't know the police chief's name. Who the fuck talks like that? You say Chief Wiggum. Like, only a robot would say it's the police chief. Like,
Look, look, I may or may not be AI generated.
yeah, dude, like that's how you know someone's fucking fake. It's like, oh, it's like the bartender from The Simpsons. No, you say it's Mo. Like, what kind of fucking freak says the chief? Like,
Okay,
who?
look, Synth, I get it. You're autistic for The Simpsons. You listen to the Simpsons podcasters. You have heavy opinions on The Simpsons. You've spread your ideology of Simpson hatred, and you love to say on Twitter every day about how the Simpsons writers are a bunch of Yale Skull and Bone Society hacks. We get it, man. That's just like your opinion, man.
Do I have like a weird love hate like bondage relationship with The Simpsons?
You have a fucking raging hate boner for the Simpsons.
Uh,
You get enraged and engorged by the idea of calling Matt Groening a hack on Twitter.com.
um, well, I mean, to be fair, look, I love The Simpsons, but I hold them to such a high standard that The Simpsons movie is still the worst movie of all time.
Look, I think that's your problem, man. You hold the Simpsons in high regard when you really probably should be holding it in pretty rather low regard. Like, yeah, they got Yale writers, whatever. I know a
Well,
guy that went to Yale and he does like a cappella. Like, who cares?
maybe if you follow my Twitter, you would actually realize that they're from Harvard, not Yale. You fucking idiot.
Potato potato. It's a rich kid babysitting club.
You wouldn't
Damn.
call the Bloods and the Crips the same, would you? It's the same thing.
No, it's not, dude. The Bloods are Charmin strong. The Crips are Charmin soft.
Well, which is Charmin soft? That you can't apply that to Harvard and Yale. They're both Charmin soft.
Do you? Um, I damn, Mads, you really opened my mind there, and my asshole with all these toilet paper puns.
Oh yeah, you can learn so much from just like using an analogy of the Charmin butt bears.
I'm glad there's like a Charmin bear commercial where it's the mama bear shitting. It's time we got some female representation in the toilet paper industry.
Yeah,
Okay, I
there's a
gotta
terrible like misconception about women that we don't fart and shit.
I gotta speak my shit right now. Okay, Hulu.com, Disney executives, why do you have to put the fucking Charmin bear showing off its bare asshole on my fucking pause screen whenever I pause Hulu? Okay, I get that you like to cram advertisements in Hulu at every fucking like, dude, I was watching Naruto with Lem like yesterday or the day before
That's
yesterday,
so
whatever.
gay.
Fuck off. And we were watching this really cool scene where like Rock Lee takes off the weights and he it drops and it's like really awesome. And right before the weights hit the ground, I got a fucking like a bunch of ads, and then we paused the show after the ads ran so we could rewind it. And as we were talking about how retarded that was, the ad cut right in the middle of an action scene, I get to see the fucking Charmin bear's red asshole gaping at me on my pause screen because Hulu just can't. They just can't. They just can't get over themselves. They just gotta put an advertisement on the fucking pause screen of your video player on your goddamn Roku player in the living room TV, so you can see the Charmin bear's asshole right before you angrily rewind your show. Hulu.com, Disney executives, please go fuck yourself. My God, I'm sick of
Hey,
seeing the Charmin bear's asshole.
hey,
Okay.
buddy, can I give you one suggestion?
I'm also sick of seeing that stupid fuck Jake from State Farm. He's not the real Jake. The real Jake is white. You got rid of him to be woke. You got rid of him to be woke.
Hey, buddy, can I give you a suggestion?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, maybe with the Hulu and the advertisements, maybe it's time to get the premium ad-free Hulu.
No.
Do you want to see the
I
Charmin bear's asshole?
I'm look, you're not gonna hold this hostage for me, okay? I
You
am
ever
not
think you ever think that they're
my
showing him the Charmin bear asshole because they're trying to manipulate him into paying more for the premium, completely ad-free version?
Yeah, and by the way, I couldn't even do that if I wanted to because my Hulu is tied in with my Spotify account. So if I had to upgrade, I'd have to cancel my Spotify subscription and then just go pay for Hulu only. It's like they didn't even think this through, man. They didn't even think it through. They just wanted to show me some bear asshole while I'm watching my shows, man. It's
You,
it's
you,
bullshit.
I I watched The Big Lebowski on Peacock, and Peacock also does that where they'll like you pause it and they show you like Jake from State Farm. It's always like insurance companies and shit. But like I pay for like they have like a different like ad thing where they just show like a bunch at the beginning and then you don't have to watch anymore. It's just seamless, at least for the movies.
Yeah, and that would be nice, but here's the thing, man. All right. Look, I'm just going to say it. Who the fuck has to buy insurance so badly that they have to keep advertising it on streaming services, man?
I
Like
always got
you
annoyed that they
buy
would show like insurance company advertisements on like Nickelodeon and shit. Like it's everywhere. It's like,
Like
like
who
why
the
are you advertising this on like kids channels? Like on the
because
off chance that a
like
parent's watching this?
who the fuck is watching TV and thinking, I need to buy some insurance right now. Like you only buy insurance if you need insurance. And that's like for people who can even fucking afford insurance to begin with. Most people I know can't afford the shit because it's too expensive and convoluted and Byzantine. So
To
why the
get
fuck do I
like
have to
car
hear the god why
yeah,
do I have
get
to hear
car
the
insurance for
goddamn
like every little thing in my life, because they, some of them like offer insurance for every little thing, like house insurance, life insurance, pet insurance.
It's like, why do I have to hear about the goddamn Liberty Mutual emu fucking like shagging the Empire State Building and being like, "Rah!" And then hear the
Hey,
fucking like like I don't give a fuck. I'm not buying your goddamn
hey,
insurance.
hey, Ivan. Let me ask you something.
What?
Okay, so you don't like seeing insurance emus and Charmin bear assholes, correct?
That is correct.
But yet you refuse to upgrade to no ads because something with your Spotify account, correct?
That is correct. It is out of my control.
Well, you see, it is in your control, and I think you're just making excuses because you enjoy seeing the Charmin bear's asshole. Whenever you look at the asshole, you just actually get a little giddy inside, and it's fine, but you could just admit it. The Charmin bear asshole you find aesthetic.
Look, can I speak with you for a second there, Synth?
Yeah, what's up?
Look, man. How much is Disney paying you?
Um, well, they actually pay me in photos of the Charmin bear's asshole.
Right. Okay. So Disney is in fact doing a quid pro quo deal with you in order to spread propaganda about the Charmin Bears asses. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, if you notice, like when the Charmin bears were using the non-Charmin brands, their assholes were very unesthetic, very grotesque. But after they used the Charmin products, their assholes
All
start
right. All
being
right. Let me hold you up right there. Let me hold you up right there. Um, we are not running a Charmin advertisement on this podcast. Synth, I think you have been compromised by the Disney executives and the Charmin brand bear fuckers that run the Charmin brand toilet paper brand. Uh, I do not enjoy seeing the Charmin bears assholes on my television screen during a friendly Naruto viewing. In fact, I think this has driven me not to spend money on Charmin or on the ad-free experience at hulu.com, but rather I believe this has driven me to acquire my television shows in a less than legal method.
Well, let me tell you this, Ivan. You already refuse to upgrade your Hulu because you're too lazy to upgrade your Spotify. And don't interrupt me, you are watching Naruto, which tells me that you are automatically a homosexual. So you enjoy seeing the bear's asshole. So just be okay with it.
I think I'm going to cancel my Hulu subscription and my Spotify subscription. This has been the final nail in the coffin, and it's because of the Charmin Bear's asshole.
Will hey just for future reference, will the Charmin bear be making an appearance, perhaps a cameo in the new hit shit comic?
You know what? I think that's an excellent idea, Synth. I think I will make a protest comic about the Charmin Bear's asshole. The Charmin Bear's puckered, ruptured, fucking rug burned asshole being shoved in my face on my television 24/7. And I shall
Now
draw this Charmin Bear being defecated upon by a stick figure representative
now
of me or my fellow man.
now this might affect your psychology, but was the Charmin's bear asshole that you've been seeing a lot, is it the red Charmin bear or the blue Charmin bear? This is actually very important.
It is the red Charmin bear. I have seen the red Charmin bear's gaping ass crack for far too long.
I've seen
Do you think
a popcorn bucket made of the blue one.
what?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
they're
What?
don't.
branching off into popcorn,
Was
if
it
you
a
know what I
I hate
mean.
popcorn bucket or a fleshlight?
Can I get the Charmin Bear popcorn bucket, please?
And it's like, why would okay, first off, why are they advertising for toilet paper? Who the fuck needs to be told to buy toilet paper?
Well, I know you're at AMC. You're watching Dune. You're eating your fucking like fried churro, nacho, Dorito, Skittle, chocolate, and all of a sudden you gotta take a shit, and you're just reminded, oh yeah, the Charmin Bears. Let me actually drive down to Target, bring the toilet paper to the AMC bathroom, and yeah, kind of then get back to your screening of Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
You
I'm gonna
know,
use some good quality toilet paper on my precious little asshole, not this like generic tissue bullshit that they have in public restrooms, alright? My asshole gets the finest wiping experience.
I gotta say this right quick while we're on the topic of AMC theaters. Have you ever been to an AMC theater that serves like fucking like fried chicken and like potatoes and shit? Like who?
Ugh.
What greasy fat fuck is sitting in the theater eating a whole goddamn like rotisserie chicken in the front seat of like some fucking movie? Like, okay, I was at the AMC theater in Columbus at the Easton Town Center, and there was a dude sitting in the front during the screening of Ghost in the Shell, the original animated Ghost in the Shell, and this fucker was just sitting there eating like a whole ass like turkey dinner. Like, who? For one, it's like June. For two, what the fuck?
Did he
Let
get
me
it from
ask you this.
concessions, or was concession offering that?
Yeah,
Or I was wondering if he snuck it in, which would be even funnier.
yeah, it was from the concessions. They like cook this shit at the front of the movie theater, and they get like a fucking turkey dinner, like chicken in a fucking like rotisserie chicken thing,
That's
and
where
it's
they
just
Um,
make
like
their money, the concessions. So they have to like pull out the stops. That's like, oh, we need to offer more at the concessions. If we want to make more money, let's get like a cheap little like chicken heater, and we'll sell like some rotisserie chickens.
it's like,
We'll get an
dude,
what
air
the
fryer and
ticket
make some potatoes.
the tickets were already a bullshit price. It was like $22 to go watch this movie that's already been out for like 30 years, and then
listen, Ivan.
what?
So you go to a movie theater in Columbus that's playing an anime movie, and you're surprised to see a fat fuck eating a whole turkey ass meal in there. Like,
Yes, I
why
am
would you be
because
surprised?
at my rinky dink local theaters, the worst thing that they sell is like a hot dog or like a microwaved fucking like White Castle slider in the disgusting little like the packet that they come in from the store. Um
Or cheap pizza, like heat it up in the toaster oven pizza.
oh no, we don't even have that. We don't have pizza. We
They
don't
have that here.
it's just hot dogs and like burgers and maybe nachos, right?
What fat bitch
Maybe.
would eat pizza during a movie, dude?
But it's
Yeah.
like who in the goddamn fuck is buying a whole chicken with bones in it to eat it at a fucking movie theater? That is sloppy food to eat
Yeah, it's
without a
noisy
table.
too.
Yeah, you're just sitting there just like crinkling the fucking plastic,
Yeah.
digging in with a fork, just going, oh no, yeah, this movie's great. Oh,
Another
yeah,
thing for the
Dune
ushers
2.
to
Yeah.
clean up later.
Yeah,
You think?
imagine being a movie usher and you have to clean up fucking greasy ass chicken bones
Oh, I can
off the
imagine it. I was a movie theater usher. That was my first job, and like I've had to clean out like cigarettes and beers that people like sneak in.
it's so gross.
That guy who ate the chicken at the movie theater. What brand of toilet paper you think he uses?
Oh, he needs
Holy
like the heavy duty
fucking
shit.
shit. If you bring up Charmin one more time, I'm gonna actually fucking neck you.
Weren't we supposed to like talk about a movie or something? The big Charmin Lebowski or something?
Yeah. It was a
Yeah,
shame
we
that the Big Lebowski I'm sorry, I forgot my train of thought. Fuck.
You know,
the
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 dude kind of
Charmin the Charmin ordeal has made me a nihilist.
wait. Yo, honestly, the dude kind of acts like a Charmin bear if you kind of think about it.
Holy fuck, you're giving me actual terminal fucking radiation levels of cancer. No, don't say that. We need no, we're not directing this into the whole podcast episode being about the fucking Charmin bear shitting. This was this is about the Big Lebowski. God damn it! This is about a good movie that I really liked. It's like a pulpy noir movie. It's very surreal, and I love the surrealness of it. We're not talking about the goddamn Charmin bears shitting. You know what? That's how their fucking advertising works. That's how it works. It worms its way into your head. You hate it, and you have to talk about it. Now our fucking podcast, to our viewers, now they know about the Charmin bears assholes, and they know about the fucking brand of toilet paper. God damn it! We get
Yeah.
Hey,
free advertising.
do you
Listen,
think
listen,
like
everybody. Look, wipe your assholes with just paper towels. Like, get paper towels and do it.
so you know how there's like food reviewers on YouTube or like music reviewers? Are there any toilet paper reviewers? Like people who review different brands of toilet paper?
I'm sure. I'm sure they're more like in a genre of general like household item reviewing kind of thing. You know, like they also review like cleaning products or something like that. Other bathroom toiletries, like comparing like the feeling of different like tampons or something. You know.
Could you
Well,
imagine being the fucking schmuck that does that shit though? Just being
Yeah.
like, "Oh, hello, today in household reviews, we're gonna review the feeling of Charmin Ultra Soft toilet paper." And you see, my first thoughts of it are that it had a really pillowy notes. It had a really nice heady finish, and and
there's kind of like a story to it.
there's kind of a story to it. You know, there's a little bit of give, but it also really kind of loves you back in the way that it's pillowy
A
at
lot of
the end.
complexities, a lot of what have yous.
Yeah, you see the cross-hatched stitching on the pillowy tissue paper on this four layer ply of paper. You know, it's got notes of quilting within it, and it's like a love letter to your anus.
Do you think Trump? So when it comes to Trump and Biden, who's Charmin strong and who's Charmin soft?
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. That question is the worst possible thing you could ever ask. This is a goddamn movie with Jeff Bridges in it that we're talking about, and we've pivoted to, does Trump or Biden use toilet paper?
Did Saddam Hussein use Charmin Soft or Charmin Strong?
Well, not anymore.
Well, in
Oh,
hell.
oh,
Oh,
You know,
get it?
because
Because
like you
he
know,
died.
Saddam Hussein is married to the devil right now. You know, and they have like a toxic relationship.
Is that a South Park reference?
It might be.
Oh,
Bazoing. That's a funny.
Haha, blame Canada.
Blame Canada. God.
imagine being like the type of fucking dildo who like watches the South Park movie and says that whole Saddam Hussein thing was so dated. It's like motherfucker, it was made in 1999.
Yeah, it's South Park. The whole point of it is to be dated and of its time. You know, they're gonna pump
Yeah.
out an episode about 9/11 a week after. You know.
Yeah. It's kitschy. It's very topical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the application of Charmin Ultra Soft on my asshole. It is very topical.
Look at you, motherfucker, bitching about Charmin. Now, all of a sudden, you're going back to it, dude.
Yeah. Look, it's okay. It's still
Help
related to the
me.
movie. He's bringing up Charmin Ultra Soft as often as Walter brings up Vietnam. You know, this is like his defining
Yeah.
thing that traumatized him so much. You know,
Oh,
this is
oh.
the Charmin butt bears are his Vietnam.
Wait. Okay,
I was
I
sitting
gotta
there
ask.
watching Naruto, and they
Synth,
showed me their asshole.
Synth, when you die of a random heart attack, all right, and we have to scatter your ashes to the sea, as you wrote in your will. When Meatball gives a passionate speech, eventually he's going to relate it to was Synth Charmin ultra strong or Charmin ultra soft in his life? Who's to say?
Well, do you really see me as the Donnie? Like, I mean, okay,
No, I'm the Donnie.
wait, who am I? Am I the dude or Walter?
um, I don't know. Which one's more violent?
Uh,
I feel like
Ivan,
I'm
who
I feel like I'm probably the Walter because I'm the fat guy.
no.
And as we said, Charmin is your Vietnam.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the dude right now because I'm the only one who's smoking weed.
So I guess that makes Synth the Donnie.
Yeah.
Donnie Darko?
No, just Donnie.
Yeah, shut the
You have to
fuck up,
say,
Donnie.
yeah, shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Have you guys ever seen Fargo?
No, actually, I still have to see that.
Yeah, I've seen
No, actually,
Fargo.
I still have yet to see it.
Yeah, I've seen Fargo. I've seen a couple Coen Brother joints. I've seen Fargo. I've seen No Country for Old Men, and I've seen A Serious Man. But I want to watch more. I'm probably gonna see Raising Arizona tomorrow. But
I think
I've seen Fargo, and Steve Buscemi is also in that movie, and he's he talks a lot in that movie. Like the guy who plays one of the nihilists is also in that movie, and he's just like silent the whole time. And Steve Buscemi is like always trying to talk to him, and have conversations with him. And
mm,
his character constantly being told to shut the fuck up in this movie is supposed to be a callback to that because that was like the last movie that they made before. Like it's quite a jump to go from Fargo to this like weird esoteric comedy that like people didn't understand at the time, and it was bombed at the time, and like it became a cult classic over time, and now it's a religion.
yeah, I mean, Dudism is just rebranded Taoism,
Hmm.
which I think is really cool because it's literally just go with the flow
Yeah,
as
it's
a
more appealing than like
religion.
Pastafarianism, like because that's
Yeah,
just like that's bullshit. It's like,
it's just
well,
LARPy,
it's worse than Reddit
bullshit.
atheism. Yeah,
Yeah,
the same thing with like Satanism is a bit larpy too, like at its core.
I think the only thing that I really give Satanism credit for is the fact that they actually do like legal battles when like evangelicals do some fuck shit.
Or
It's like, yeah, okay.
like Buffy the Vampire Slayer like slanders them on a like TV show and makes them look like they're like actual like goat like sacrificers when they're really not. Like I know they sued that show and they won for like defamation or something.
I think Dudism is as a meme religion is probably the easiest to get into because it's literally just be a relaxed guy.
Yeah,
Well, you don't
like
have to dress up for it or anything. You can literally just wear like what you're wearing.
well, if you're like an
Yeah,
ordained minister in the Church of Dudism, then I imagine you do have to dress up like the dude or one of the characters.
your ritual drink is a white Russian.
Yeah, that's the only drink that sometimes you could drink beers because he sometimes drinks beers in this movie, but just that and White Russians. I think screwdrivers are acceptable too because that's like a good like slacker drink. That's like what I started drinking when I first started drinking, just vodka and orange juice.
you guys like the Eagles?
I hate the Eagles.
Nah, I hate the Eagles, man.
Oh, we're talking about the band for context. We're not talking about the football team, but I'm sure
If
we
we
hate
said that
them
about the
too.
football
You
team, we'd be
too.
killed.
Yeah, I will dox you guys, and I am obligated as somebody from the Philadelphia region to find you guys and cut off your Johnsons.
Yeah, his wriggly penis.
Okay, no jock listens to this podcast. Let's kind of be real here.
Well,
That's
like some of our listeners have jock qualities. I think we even have jock qualities too. You guys were in sport, aren't you?
Oh wait a second. I mean, maybe one of us knows a certain jock. I mean,
Yeah,
you
famous jock.
fucking motherfucker. Don't you goddamn dare.
I was talking about Madge, you narcissist.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I
bro.
saw one of the American Ninja Warriors in a Wawa one time
Yeah,
because I live
Madge
near a
gets it.
parkour gym. Yeah.
You know what? Wawa is a ridiculous name for a
It's
store.
Canadian, okay?
Yeah, and you know what else is Canadian? Hockey.
Did your
Well,
mom like keep you on the leash at the Wawa store because you're being too much of a Wawa?
No,
I
my
wanted
mom
my
didn't put me on a leash. Stupid. However, my mom did have me on a car seat until I was 7. Thank you. No,
Were you
no,
a
not
small boy?
actually. No, 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 no. I was making that up.
Wait, why am
Oh,
I even laughing? That seems pretty reasonable. I mean,
And
I don't even.
over the years, don't they have like a car
Synth
seat for
instantly
like?
coping.
Don't they have like a car seat for like every like kid up to the age of like fucking 15 now or something? You know?
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
like
like
they
it's like I
suggest
saw
you wear
like
like
8 year
booster seats
yeah like
and
small like 8 year olds still need to like sit like in a like half booster seat or like
yeah, something like that.
it was weird because I remember I got out of those kind of seats when I was 6 years old, but I also became like full grown by the time I was 12, so I'm built different.
You know who? You know who I bet has a booster seat?
Who?
That Cheeto in chief. Am I right?
Why are you doing this bit where you just try to like talk about Donald Trump, but you reference him in like the most liberal, like just milk toasty way? Like, yeah, that Cheeto in chief. Am I right,
Because
my fellow SNL listeners, watchers?
listen, listen. I'm going for an avant-garde type of bit, just like the movie The Big Lebowski, where there's no narrative. It's just a random stream.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get this episode to be like. Just be like a random stream with some good bits here, just like the movie. Because when I first saw this movie as a teenager, I was like, "Fuck this movie. There's no payoff. It's not a real solid narrative." But watching it recently, I think I finally get it. I understand it. So I'm trying to honor this movie by making this podcast kind of be structured like the movie. You feel
Would
me,
you
dog?
say
Look, I'll tell you about a random stream. It's called My Piss on Your Rug.
Oh,
oh well, at least he's
nice.
housebroken. But would you say that this movie is what? How does the saying go? The quintessential stoner movie that you have to watch with your friends while being high? Because I don't think it is. I
Uh,
think it's like a bit too esoteric and a bit hard to follow. I mean, if you're actually
well,
like watching it, trying to keep up with like the mystery,
I
when
kind
you're
of
high,
the
you
Vladimir
want to
Lenin
watch something.
quotes.
Yeah, when you're high, you want to watch
I'm
something
the
like kind
walrus.
of shitty and goofy. Like you want to watch like Space Chimps or something.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
watch like Freddy Got Fingered or something like that. Like,
Well,
because that
Freddy Got
movie is
something.
Fingered
like
is
that
a great
one
movie.
really has like nothing else like really going on with it compared to the Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
Oh,
see, when you watch a stoner movie, like I know this is like considered a stoner movie because he smokes weed in the movie, but if
Mm,
you want like a real stoner movie, you got to get something that's like real, just like wacky, like shapes and colors, haha, funny. You got
mm.
to get something that you'll actually like. Your sandblasted, smoothened brain will react to. The Big Lebowski is something that you'll just like sit there with your friend watching it and just be like sitting at the screen, just like staring at it, like, oh yeah, man, that's pretty funny.
and
You gotta
then
get something that you'll actually like chuckle at, that you'll laugh at a little bit, like
when you
Space Chimps or Freddy Got Fingered or I don't know, like what's another shit movie?
well, Freddy Got Fingered is a good movie.
yeah, it
It is a good
is.
movie,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like what's another type of shit movie like
Well, I
a
don't
la
know.
Space Chimps?
It's got to be like something
Sunday
ironic, like you could put like
something
anything on. You can put on like
Cool
freaking
Cat.
like Cool Cat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
Cool
gotten
Cats.
high and
Yeah,
watched Cool Cat before, and Cool Cat's funny too because like it feels like it goes on for 3 hours, even though it's only like
yeah,
like 90 minutes. I remember the first time I watched it, I was high, and we would carry on every so often, and I wouldn't pay attention to the movie, and I look back, I'm like, it's still going.
yeah.
I
Oh
was like
god.
overwhelmed by it.
Overwhelmed by
Yeah,
the massiveness of Cool Cat.
Yeah, I can't wait for the new movie. Oh my god, I'm waiting with anticipation. I can't wait to see Dirty
But
Dog fart in my fucking face.
something I will say about the Big Lebowski though is that what I really like about it is the kind of like that it leans into the surrealness of everything. Like they
Mm,
have this character, the stranger, played by Sam Elliott, and his entire role is just to be like a narrator and also
mm,
like kind of a I don't know, it kind of gives it this kind of Western style charm to
yeah,
just have a guy like that who's like, oh yeah, it's just a fucking cowboy.
yeah,
Just bring in a fucking cowboy who just
yeah.
happens to know this guy.
Yeah, the idea of like a cowboy is like somebody who's just like kind of adrift, a tumbleweed, just like
Yeah.
going along. Like they have an image of that in this movie, a tumbleweed just going down the street, and that's the way the dude lives his life, because he just kind of
Mhm.
gets sucked into this whole plot by like other people just
Yeah.
trying to use him. Yeah.
It's the iconography in this movie is I think probably the one of the strongest parts of it,
Mhm.
because it just really does like go to like paint a picture of just like, what kind of like the mythicalness of the movie that they're trying to like kind of get across, this like idea of like all of this kind of being bullshit near the end, that they kind of paint, where it's like, oh yeah, the dude went through a lot of shit, but wasn't that a great story?
Yeah, somebody died, but also a new person's on the way, you know?
Yeah, it's like
The circle jerk of life.
yeah.
That was the part where, like, when I first saw this movie, I did have a problem with all that kind of. I guess I'm just less angry now. I'm kind of like, yeah, it's
You abide.
fine. But
Yeah, you
I don't know.
abide now.
I don't know. I kind of wish there was more of a payoff or whatever. But
Yeah. I think
it
you would probably
it's
like A
whatever.
Serious Man, I think, because that's like a kind of surreal, absurdist sort of movie, but like a little bit more with a point and does like end in a big way. I only
Well,
saw it once
that.
though, so don't take that word for word, you know.
Well,
Another movie by the Coen brothers that I think really resonates with me is "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou," which is
Uh
another one of those like kind of surrealistic kind of sort of mythical movies. And
mhm.
that one I say is mythical because it's literally based on the Odyssey,
Yeah.
um,
It
as like inspiration for the
I think
story.
that might have been the movie that they made after this one.
Mhm.
the Garfield.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had to eventually get around to that.
This whole era of like Coen brothers movies where they just kind of like try to play with these like ideas of like the mythical of like these mythical tropes, I think are
Mhm,
what really makes it like a good movie, because
mhm,
the "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" is all about this like mythical Greek story, and then the Big Lebowski is all about these ideas of like literally the mythos of like Taoism, and this mythical idea of like a cowboy and like being a drifter and being just a guy who abides, changes
mhm.
with the times.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Goes with the
It's
flow
really
of
interesting stuff.
nature and instead of like constantly trying to seek out something himself.
Yeah, all he ever cared about was this fucking rug.
Really tied the room together.
He really tied the room together.
I don't know, it's something that I noticed during my last watch because I always notice something new whenever I watch it again. You know, there's like this kind of like sexual psychology going on that's real subtle. I
Hmm.
noticed that the rug that he stole from the Big Lebowski's mansion that belongs to a Maud has like a symbol at the center that is a vagina, just like a straight up vagina. And it's
Huh.
so funny because that's like where he's like resting in, like in the middle when she comes and like takes it back.
Huh.
Yeah,
I literally didn't notice that. That's crazy.
yeah,
Something I did notice that was a little weird was when the main guy, like the Big Lebowski's wife, Bunny, when she crashes her car in the fountain at the end, and she like runs around the house all like crazy and drunk or whatever.
yeah. The
Uh,
stripping, yeah,
yeah, you can see on her license plate it says Lapon, which is French for bunny.
yeah, yeah. That was a good detail too.
I thought it was kind of funny. Also, what the fuck was up with the cop character who was just this like giga fascist, according to the dude himself. Like he's just like, man, you fucking fascist, and like referred to him as like a reactionary
Yeah,
later
well, I
on.
mean, like, yeah, it's like this guy's like just coming so hard on him, like
Yeah.
because like I mean, the dude is like everything that a cop hates. Okay, like he's a do nothing stoner, you know, who's unemployed. You know,
Hmm.
they just sees him on like a drain on the community, and you know, he went to the pornographer's house, and the guy like drugged him, and you know, sent
Hmm.
him outside, you know, to run amok, you know, and lied to the cops and said like, oh yeah, he was disorderly, you know, like they're gonna believe him, you know, because he's a valued member of the community, you know, and
Yeah.
also like he'll bring his girls and his boys to give the boys in blue their blowjobs.
A little bit of a class consciousness going on in the movie there at the very bottom of it. There's even a
Yeah,
fucking quote from like of Lenin.
I am the walrus.
Yeah, I'm the walrus.
Yeah, that's another detail that I like, because he just says like, "Oh, it's like what Lenin said." He doesn't say Vladimir Lenin, so like, yeah, most people will probably think like, what, John Lennon?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the only other thing that I know that plays on like John Lennon, Vladimir Lenin is a David Bowie song. He says Lenin is on sale again, and at the time, yeah, John Lennon was on sale again, but he said he really means Lenin, because he's also talking about
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, Mickey Mouse is a cow, it's a life on Mars.
Another thing also is throughout the movie, when I was younger, I used to think that the character of Walter was like kind of an asshole, but like throughout the movie, he wasn't really wrong about anything.
Mm-hmm.
He
Uh,
pointed a fucking gun at a guy for putting his toe over the line. What the fuck are you talking about?
He
I
gives
mean,
a shit
yeah,
about the rules.
but he's like an asshole, but like he wasn't wrong.
He pointed a gun at the guy, loaded a gun at his fucking face.
I mean, even when he threw the fake suitcase, all they did was trade a fake suitcase for a fake suitcase.
Okay, but he still fucking almost committed a fucking shooting spree at a bowling alley.
He was dead on about the toe being fake.
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
guessed everything immediately.
yeah.
Is my mic not working? Walter almost killed a guy over fucking going over the foul line.
Look,
Well,
yeah,
it
we
was a league
acknowledge that
game.
it was a league game. It was the semifinals.
Yeah, if it wasn't a league game, then he probably would have, let it slide. But it was a
They're
league
doing
game.
they're doing competitive play, Synth. Would you
There's money
not
on the
throw a
line.
yeah, would you not put a gun in someone's face if you were playing like competitive fucking I don't know, like Counter Strike and somebody like cheated in the game? Like, no, come on, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
you
I
need that
mean,
money so that you can pay your ex-wife alimony so that she can go to Honolulu.
look,
Yeah.
look, look, look. I look even the most principled like spree killers that they agreed bowling alleys are a sacred place. You don't fucking bring guns and you don't start shooting people in bowling alleys, okay?
Mm.
Okay, but who did Walter shoot in this movie? Exactly.
He almost shot beloved character Smokey. If Smokey died, I would literally be in shambles.
He did
Look, man, he
accidentally shoot out the dude's taillight.
he did apologize to Smokey, right? Like he's a gentle guy, he's fragile.
Is Smokey an upstanding Italian American?
He'd like
Yes,
to be. Yeah.
I think Smokey is the real stealer of the show in this movie. I think he was the best performance. I think he Smokey deserved an Oscar for just being Smokey, man.
Smokey deserves
Do,
his own spin-off movie.
do you
Yeah,
think
Up and Smokey. There we go. Bam, another stoner movie.
if Slick Seymour didn't die in prom night, do you think like 20 years later he could kind of be hanging out with the Big Lebowski crew?
Yeah, he
Nah,
seems
he
like
probably just hang
somebody
out with
who
Smokey.
he does seem like somebody who would just like go to the bowling alley just to like sit at their bar.
Oh no, no, no! Slick Seymour, he would fuck with the dude. He has weed. Dude loves weed. Bromance going on.
You think Smokey doesn't like weed? He's a fucking he was a conscientious objector, man.
Yeah.
Do you think? Look, man, like, look, Smokey's a good guy, but Slick Seymour, he's like the real deal.
I think Slick Seymour and Smokey would get along better than Slick Seymour and the dude, right? Because while the dude may abide, he does not have the Slick Seymour style. Okay, he drinks White Russians. Slick Seymour drinks straight up pussy juice in a jar. All right, that's the difference we're talking about here. We got the master of swag versus the master of calm. Okay.
Do, do
The
you
word
think?
vagina does not make Slick Seymour uncomfortable.
Do you
In
think
fact, it
like
makes him angry.
Do you think? Do you think if if Slick Seymour was part of the dude crew and he got a hold of that toe, do you think he could have helped the dude by like sniffing the toe, then kind of like crawling to like whoever's foot it was, since he knows a lot about feet?
Yeah, I think maybe he could, but that would be contingent on Slick Seymour actually hanging out with the dude instead of Smokey. I think Slick Seymour, MILF guy number two, and Smokey, they're the real crew here. They're the real Scooby Doo gang.
Wow. Do you think Slick Seymour is Charmin strong or Charmin soft?
I think he is doing a third option, which is straight up just bounty fucking
Pick 'em
paper
uppers.
towels.
With
Yeah, bounty picker
with
uppers.
dish soap infused into it.
Yeah, I think he shits so hard he needs a dish soap infused paper towels to wipe his asshole because
Are
otherwise it would crumble in his hands.
There's not a
are
lot of
you
fiber in a
implying
strictly pussy diet.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, are you implying that Slick Seymour is the type of guy who would go to a screening of Ghost in the Shell and eat a whole ass turkey dinner?
No, because Slick Seymour only consumes pussy. The type of person that would go to a Ghost in the Shell viewing with a turkey dinner would probably be Smokey.
But Smokey is a skinny guy.
You know,
He has a high metabolism.
that's just like the beautiful poetry of life, man. All right, final thoughts on the movie. What do you think? Out of 10. Give it rate it out of 10.
9 out of 10.
All right, Synth, how about you?
Um, giving this movie a rating would kind of go against dudism, so I'm just gonna not do it.
Listen, you fucking absolute pussy, you pansy. You're not even understanding what dudism is. You're just making up shit so you can be lazy. The dude would abide with the rating system.
How would you know? You don't speak for the dude. You're like the Protestants of dudism. I'm like the Catholics of dudism, the correct version.
Yeah, only correct if you're like maybe Italian or something. I bet
Italians,
I bet you listen to the Eagles, motherfucker.
I think Don Henry's like solo career is better. Is it Don Henry or Henley?
Henley.
Oh, okay. We got a real classic rock head over here.
I am one. Like that's a big part of why I like this movie is because of all the folk rock in it. I
Oh,
will go for bat for Creedence Clearwater Revival way over the Eagles.
oh, we got a
Yeah,
Vietnam vet over
yeah,
here.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I ain't no
My
fortunate son.
condition is in.
But yeah, Kenny
Me.
Rogers. Yeah, the Bob Dylan song at the beginning.
I think I give this movie a 9 out of 10. It's really good.
Captain Beefheart. Yeah, he's in that movie too. Yeah.
Oh my god, the dude is such like a fucking Zappa guy. He like everything about him, just drinking the fucking milk in the store. That is like such a Zappa guy
An
thing.
ironic like Nixon like poster over his tiki bar.
Yeah. Even just having a tiki bar really gives off very big Zappa energy. Because that's just such like an absurdly voyeuristic, leisurely thing to do in an ironic way.
Uh, how the fuck are like so the Big Lebowski? So the dude and Walter are friends, but like Walter seems like a very intense guy, as opposed to the dude. Is this like a yin yang thing where their
Yeah.
opposite personalities attract from each other?
Well, yeah. I mean, you never know. Like, they could have like deep history. You know, like their backgrounds are kind of ambiguous. They could have known each other since they were like 5, for all we know. But
Oh, what do you
I
know?
mean, like,
Everyone you went to kindergarten with?
uh, some people do, but not me. I think that like some people that I think like half my kindergarten class is probably dead and overdosed by now. I don't know. But
Yeah, Gen Z, baby, yeah.
woo!
Oh,
Death
wow.
of Despair, number one.
That
Now
and
that's
all,
what I call
baby.
a real Zoomer tombstone.
But But yeah, let's kind of wrap this up a little bit before we start talking about Deaths of Despair again. Synth, rate it out of 10. What's your opinion?
Okay, let me just do some calculations in my head. Move some decimals. I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. I know I was a little shit posty in this review. You guys were a little more serious. I feel a little bad about that. But if I have to be honest, I really like the characters of the dude, Walter, Donnie, all the other character actors. I think
Mm.
it's a fine movie. The lack of narrative, it frustrates me just a little bit. I was like, come on, give me a little better ending. But you know what? Don't take it too seriously. Enjoy the vibe. Soldier down, brother.
You okay, Mads?
You all right?
Yeah, I drank my White Russian a little bit too fast.
Oh damn.
I
I'm really
guess
drinking water.
Dudism isn't for everybody.
Maybe you'll have to go listen to some whale sounds to calm down in the bathtub while you smoke a J.
I sure hope a flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers doesn't throw a marmot on me.
A fucking marmot. That's I'm sorry, but that's like a quote from the movie that I always love. It's just like, is that a fucking marmot?
Nice marmot.
Yeah, just nice marmot, dude.
Hey, I love it
Marmot
when he
dude?
says, "Man, this is a private residence."
Yeah, like he's not even mad that they're breaking in. He's just like, hey man, you're being uncouth. So yeah, that's I don't know what else to say. It's just it's a damn good movie. Go watch it if you haven't. Get stoned with your friends, buy some pizza,
Shoot
eat
some
a whole
heroin.
fucking turkey dinner.
Yeah, and hey, don't remember to buy that one certain product we talk about in this episode.
Yeah, please do not purchase Charmin toilet paper unless you want to be haunted in your dreams by the Charmin bear's asshole as it infects every part of your life. You know, you get to see it in ads on YouTube, you get to see it in ads on your TV, you get to see it in ads on your fucking on Hulu, you get to see it in ads in your dream, you get to see it when you pause the video, you get to see it when you pause the podcast, you get to see it when you're browsing fucking I don't know like Facebook or something. You get to see it when you're walking down the street. You just everywhere you go, you get a nice puckered bear asshole in your face.
Maybe it's time to stop being so angry, grow up, and make peace with the establishment, Ivan. Just accept the bear's asshole.
How about you like suck my cock, man? My Johnson.
Oh, did you know the brain is the largest? I forgot the
Erogenous
quote.
zone.
Shit. Fuck. I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, well that's like your opinion, man.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
You know what band's better than the Eagles?
What?
Josie and the Pussycats.